Hello, beautiful people. It's Mai here from Nintendo Life, and I'm not alone. I am here with the lovely Ollie. Thank you so much for joining me, Ollie. You've done something quite interesting recently, haven't you? You were invited somewhere. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, I will talk about it. Yeah. Well, hello. Hey up, me ducks. Yes, I was invited recently to Playtonic to play Yooka-Replaylee. Now that's been out for a little while, but they've released a performance mode, 60 frames per second. It's wonderful. So yes, I went to Playtonic to test it out. I played handheld, I played docked, and it's great. It's wonderful. It's exactly how it should have been in the first place, but we can go into that a bit more. It's great. And it's out now. By the time this video is out, it is out now. You can go play it.
Yeah. I mean, coming from someone who's... I own the original Yooka-Laylee. I've never had time to play it, but I have played the Yooka-Replaylee demo, which I really thoroughly enjoyed. I hadn't realised that it was a reimagining of the original game, but the thing that I'm curious about is, with this new Switch 2 update that is available now for Yooka-Replaylee, what can new fans as well as current fans expect with it?
Nice, smooth gameplay.
Really, just that?
Pretty much just that. That is the main thing here. Playtonic has painstakingly gone through the game to introduce this update, 60 frames per second. And when it came out initially, which I think was October 2025,
yeah,
it was 30 frames per second. The team didn't have the time at that point to implement 60 frames per second, which is a shame, but understandable. But obviously a lot of people were upset that it wasn't a higher frame rate, because obviously it was on the PS5 and Xbox, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't on the Switch 2. It was 30 frames per second. So I can understand a lot of people were upset, but it's here now. And they have genuinely taken a lot of time to get this done. You know, it's April now. It came out in October. They've not just flipped a switch to add 60 frames per second. It's they've gone through every single level, optimizing whatever they can to get this done, and it's a big job. And yeah, I commend them for it. I think it's good that they've managed to get it done.
I mean, I'm excited to see what it's going to look like 60 frames, because I mean, even playing the demo alone, I thought straight away, like, this game is gorgeous. I grew up playing a lot of platformers when I was younger, so a lot of like Rayman and a little bit of in my recent years playing a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie. So I'm familiar with that kind of style and really passionate about it. But when I was playing the demo last night again, just preparing for this chat, it just looked gorgeous and it seemed to run really, really smooth. So I'm really excited to see what the 60 FPS is going to look like on Switch, on both handheld and docked. I believe there was also some bug fixes as well that they had done in this version. But my big question is, it already looks gorgeous at the time of this video. Are there different modes for this now with the new Switch update? Is Switch 2 update, is there a performance mode? Is there like just a quality mode? Is that what they've implemented?
Yeah. So there's what they call fidelity mode, and now the new performance mode. Fidelity mode is just what the game was like before they introduced this extra performance mode. It's just the same game at 30 frames per second. I believe they've said they have managed to improve that as well a little bit more. I don't know the full details on that, but that's what they've said. So I'll trust them on that one. But yes, you can toggle between the two in the pause menu. What's pretty neat is you can kind of see like a very blurry image of the game in the background as you're toggling between the two. So you can kind of see slight changes to the visuals as you toggle between the two. But it's so minuscule. I mean, you said the game is gorgeous. It is still gorgeous at 60 frames per second. The differences are so minor. You know, that there's slightly less clarity in the shadows. Maybe objects in the distance lack a bit of clarity in comparison to quality mode. But you know, that's something for the Digital Foundry guys to look at, you know.
Yeah.
With looking at it with the naked eye, just playing it in handheld or docked mode, I couldn't see any difference, really. Not unless I was flicking between the two and really kind of paying attention. I couldn't see any difference. So it looks brilliant, and now it runs brilliantly as well.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, the thing that I'm always a little bit concerned about is whenever I play games handheld, sometimes if the frame rates are really high, like for example, when I played Fallout 4 in 60 FPS handheld, as soon as I switched to handheld, I just felt like it was a bit, blurry, not blurry, but kind of a bit, I don't know, gave my eyes a little bit of fatigue. Is that something that you experienced playing handheld, or was it pretty smooth? Was it not too bad on the eyes in sense of like,
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I mean, I didn't get to play a great deal of it. I played it for about an hour and a half. So, you know, if there is that kind of issue, I didn't experience it in that time. I can't imagine experiencing it anyway. It is very, very smooth, very easy on the eye. I have no complaints, honestly. During my time with it, just playing it, I couldn't see any drops whatsoever. It is super smooth.
So we're aware that there's a lot of people who digitally download a lot of games. I'm personally a physical game owner. What are we to expect with the update, like file size and everything? Is it quite hefty, or is it not as chunky as we think?
It's about where I expected, but it's still quite chunky. It's coming in at nearly 5 gig, which is
okay
for an update is quite hefty. It's not on Skyrim levels or anything like that, but it's still quite big. And for most people, you know, those who download the game, that's not going to be an issue, really. But there is a physical release of Yooka-Replaylee that is all on the cartridge. It's not a game key card. So for those people who own that, it might be a little bit disappointing to kind of learn, oh, I've got to download a 5 gig update now that's not on the cartridge just to get a performance mode. That's got to be a bit annoying. I have one right here.
You lucky duck.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, that's the only downside, really. It's a fairly hefty upgrade. Physical owners might be a little bit peeved.
I mean, coming from a physical owner, I don't really buy that many digital games, so it is a bit, to me, is a small sacrifice for what you're getting. If everything's going to be on the cartridge anyway, with not too much, you know, being installed onto the console itself, 5 gigs to me is nothing compared to having the entire game plus the update. But that's my 2 cents with physical versus digital, but that could be for another time anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of different viewpoints with physical versus digital. I think a lot of people love having everything on the cartridge, just for the sake of preservation and just having that ownership. It's a nice thing to have. So I can understand getting annoyed at having to download a 5 gig update to get the performance mode. But as you say, it's not that big of an update in the grand scheme of things. So hopefully most people will be okay with it. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. And much like that update, this video is a little bit of a short and sweet one, eh? But thank you so much, Ollie, for coming on and having a wee chat with us about the Yooka-Replaylee Switch 2 update. It's very exciting. And of course, thank you, Playtonic, for inviting Ollie in the first place. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, would we? If you're going to give a go at the new update, let us know in the comments below. And why don't you replaylee that subscribe button and check out Nintendo Life for more lovely Nintendo bits and bobs. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching and have a good one. Bye.